Hello happy souls, welcome back to my channel. This is Charlotte with Happy Twins 1111. Okay Libra, let us see what we've got for you. We're using the Starchild Tarot today. Oh, beg your pardon for the wobble. We're using the Starchild Tarot and we're just going to take a look at what's happening in your love life. These are timeless readings. Who knows what's going to come through? We shall see. So I'm going to pull a full cards first so I can get a feel for what the situation is. We're going to use oracle cards. There will be an extended reading today as well. So if this reading resonates for you, you can find a link to the extended reading down below. But let's get started. What is happening in love for you, Libra? We've got the Nine of Swords, the Akashic Records in reverse, the Three of Swords, the Three of Wands, goodness me. We've got the Six of Cups, the Nine of Cups in reverse, the Ace of Cups in reverse, and the Death card, known as Transformation in this deck. Okay. So this is a very anxious time for you. I believe you've recently met a soulmate. We've got the Six of Cups here clarifying the Nine of Swords. And there's definitely some kind of, this has triggered some ancestral, very karmic, very painful patterns that has really pushed you out of alignment. It has really brought you to a place of what feels like emotional instability. There's a lot of pain here. We've got the Three of Swords, we've got the Nine of Swords. This is sleepless nights, anxiety, depressive episodes, and the Three of Swords is heartache and betrayal, and this is born of self-love deficit because we've got this Ace of Cups here. I feel like this is the ancestral karma you're working through, and this could be with an ex-spouse, but I feel there's been some very painful betrayal for you that you're still working through, and has just challenged your self-esteem in a really difficult way. But this soulmate that's come in, you know, that they're here to help you grow, to help you move through this. So even though they're triggering you in very painful ways, you know, you are being called to recognize the wounds that exist within you, the self-love deficit that exists within you. You're also being asked to trust with this Three of Wands energy that you can have fulfillment. You will feel powerful again. You will feel good again. You know, this transformation that you're going through, even though there's been some kind of painful ending here, it does serve you. You know, I'm hearing it's opening up a portal to not just a new beginning, but a new way of being. And you've needed this for a really long time. What I'm hearing is that you've been engaging in really distracting behaviours for most of your life. You're the sort of person that likes to keep yourself really busy, and that you find a lot of stability and comfort in that kind of routine. You know, constantly checking your to-do list, constantly looking at, you know, where you can be productive just to kind of avoid connecting with your emotional self. But this person that's recently come in, it feels like they've kind of blown open your heart space. And all of a sudden there's this absolute rush of painful emotion, and you're not recognizing that this pattern is an ongoing thing. What I'm hearing is you've got a habit of choosing the wrong partners. You know, you've got this habit of just choosing the wrong person. What I'm hearing with this Three of Wands and the Moon is that, like the Moon, you've got to go through this phase of emptiness before you can be full again. We see the Moon here kind of surrounds her, or it may be the Moon, perhaps it's some kind of halo, but it's got that emptiness to it. It's, you know, you can see through it. The Moon here is really full. And so you must remember that, you know, even though pain is really hard, something wonderful happens to us when we collapse. You know, with this card, you're being shown that a humility, strength and higher intelligence is coming forward for you. And it's certainly higher emotional intelligence, because you're very empathic. You know, you're really empathic, and you do understand the emotional nature of the people around you, but you struggle to connect with your own emotional nature is what I'm hearing. And this can make you very what's the word? It can make you kind of desensitized, really. I feel like you've been conditioned through childhood as well to kind of tolerate quite narcissistic behaviours. You've been conditioned to please others, conditioned to meet the needs of others. And, you know, a lot of us walk around with this pent-up trauma, and we call it a personality trait. And it's not a personality trait. You know, you're not just this giving, serving, pleasing person. This is just how you've been conditioned and programmed to respond to the needs of others and to kind of neglect your own. It feels like you've just been in survival mode. Like your brain's main goal is just to be safe, not happy. So you're just in survival mode. And even though you're feeling really rotten at the moment, you just need to trust that this phase is going to pass, and that this person, this soulmate, I'm hearing you might not even know who they are, but they've come into your life and they've triggered you hard. It could be someone you're not necessarily paying much attention to, someone that you've kind of written off. What do we need to know about this person? Two of Swords. Yeah, it feels like you're very indecisive about them, and it almost feels like it feels too easy. I'm hearing this as someone that you probably wouldn't have normally considered romantically, and they're probably very keen, and you're a bit suspicious of how hard they're trying, how nice they're being. It feels like this kind of energy. It feels too good to be true, is what I'm hearing, and you're in so much pain that it's distracting you from recognizing what is a beautiful opportunity for a really satisfactory relationship. You're so used to people that are emotionally coercive and emotionally manipulative that you don't trust this person. You know, when someone starts being really nice to you, you can become suspicious and a little bit paranoid, because, you know, you've learned that those kind of behaviours usually lead to someone wanting something from you, or to you being drained in some way. So there's definitely a lot of cynicism with this person. They could be younger than you as well, is what I'm hearing. But this person, you know, they do have a higher purpose here, you know, because you've been avoiding confronting your trauma. You've been avoiding taking the action that you need to take in order to move forward and to be your best self. It's time now, is what I'm hearing. There's no going back. You've got to face this, and it's going to serve you. It's going to be worth your while. What's the guidance for you? We've got the High Priestess in reverse. So I'm thinking as well that your spiritual self is like kind of just come online. Meeting this person, as I said, it's blown open your heart, but it's blown open your third eye and your crown space as well, in a way that just is more flowing and natural. But in truth, you've always had these skills and this divinity, and you've been afraid of it. You didn't want to be different. You didn't want to be weird or woo-woo. And you really need to stop resisting and rejecting these gifts that you've had your whole life. I'm hearing through childhood, because this is what's going to bring you peace. You know, this is a blocked energy, and the High Priestess is emotionally receptive, and she's intuitively receptive. You know, she's connected to the mysteries of the universe and the mysteries in our hearts, and you're really being guided to open up to this truth that resides within you. You do have access to it. So again, this is what I was saying about things have to collapse, and when we collapse with this Tower energy, you know, it reveals these beautiful, strong parts of ourselves that we weren't aware of. This breakdown in the relationship that you've been experiencing, the one where betrayal existed, this really painful situation, was divinely guided. And I'm hearing that you wouldn't have released yourself from this connection. So the universe has taken matters into its own hands, because, you know, that connection is spent. There is nothing left for you to do there now apart from to process the trauma that's occurred within that connection and learn from it. And you don't need to be with this person. You're ready to do that independent of them. So this really is a brand new beginning for you. We've got the Magician in reverse as well. Now, it may have made you feel disempowered. I'm hearing there's a lot of instability and insecurity, particularly surrounding the kind of more practical matters in your life, such as finances and whatnot. But you need to understand that, you know, this is a temporary state. Everything is going to be okay. You've got an ability to manifest in quite a powerful way. It's like you have just an innate ability. You definitely need to study the law of attraction and getting into the vortex, Abraham Hicks, all that kind of stuff. Because what I'm hearing is that once you're back on your feet, you really can have everything you need and want. So you've just got to really trust in this process of what's happening to you now. And I know you're in so much pain. I really feel that. I'm really just getting kind of waves of frustration. But it's also this victim consciousness. It's why is this happening to me? It's so unfair. You know, why can't things go right for me just once? And you just need to recognize that this is right for you. I know it doesn't feel right, but this uncomfortable change really does serve you. You know, Spirit just wants you to know that you can trust that fulfillment is on the other side. You're transforming right now. But I want to understand more about this person. What's the future potential for this connection? Because it feels like they've been divinely guided to you. They're part of your soul group. They're here to help wake you up. They're here to help you understand the truth of who you are. And also I'm hearing to restore your faith in human kindness, human compassion and love. Yeah, so you don't trust this person. You know, you've built walls around you, and I'm hearing that prior to this, you were always very trusting. You were very naive, and that illusion has been shattered, and it's been replaced with this deep cynicism. And you also feel so out of control right now, perhaps quite mentally unstable with all of this anxiety and kind of pain, and you just don't feel ready. But this person is going to help you through this, and you need to let them be your friend, is what I'm hearing. We've got the Seven of Swords in reverse. You can trust them. They're not going to cheat you. They're not going to betray you like you have done before. This person is someone you can trust and rely on, and they may not be your usual type. I'm hearing that you're not feeling that intense chemistry, but they're going to show you how to get in the energy of caring for yourself, because they're pretty good at that. They've had a balanced upbringing, more balanced than yours is what I'm hearing. Everyone's got their own pain and trauma, but they've had a more balanced upbringing, and they're a bit more free with their emotions compared to what you're used to in relationships. They're going to help you trust again. But you do need to take responsibility for the choices you've made. It's like I said earlier, you do have a habit of choosing the wrong partners. And now that someone that could be really good for you is presented, you're rejecting them because it almost feels like they're too nice and you're not trusting it. Yeah. And in part because you're disempowered, you don't feel ready for a relationship. I'm hearing that as well, that you're absolutely terrified of being physical with someone new, that you feel disempowered as a woman. If you're a woman watching, this could also, of course, apply to a man. But it does feel like you feel disempowered, like you're disconnected from your sexual divinity, you're disconnected from your creative flow. I'm hearing that whatever has happened with this really awful relationship breakdown, it's just put you on your knees, and you just don't feel good enough to be interacting with someone in a loving way. But this is going to change really quickly for you. And you can keep playing games with this person. They're going to stick around. And what I'm hearing is this person's going to work really hard to build your trust. They're going to be really still and receptive despite your hot and cold behaviours. And you know, I really think that is just born out of that indecision, that just not knowing, you know, is it too soon for me? Should I be moving on? But things are going to move quite quickly, because I feel like this person's going to be quite persistent. And they see how broken you are. Like, this is someone with a really, really big heart. They see how broken you are, and they want to help you to move on. This is someone with a very generous nature. You've probably got children as well. So, you know, they feel very protective of you. It's almost like they recognise that you're struggling right now, you know, with your circumstances, and they want to show you that love can be an equal give and take. This person has similar issues of their own, though. That's to say that they are a little bit codependent. Like you, they give more than they commanding receipt. So they're not loving in a balanced way, much like you're not. But when the two of you come together, when you put two people together that really know how to give, you know, this is going to be a really magical combination, is what I'm hearing. And with the Six of Swords here, you know, they just want to help you move forward into calmer waters. This person sees your pain. They understand how much you've been hurt. And they just feel so much compassion. So much compassion, so much kindness, so much desire to help you be happy again. It's a really beautiful energy. And, you know, I'm hearing too as well that with this psychic stuff, that you're worthy of following your life purpose, you know, regardless of what that brings up in others. And you really need to start letting go of what other people think of you. It really doesn't serve you. And you've spent too long basing your decisions on the kind of reactions you're going to get in your immediate social and familial circle, and kind of restricting yourself on the basis of other people's beliefs and even ignorance, you know. So we're going to get one of these postcards from Spirit as well, because these are really beautiful. And it says, "Dear you, uncertainty is the new normal for the whole world. Things are changing at a rapid pace, and the old ways we once trusted are no longer reliable. But leaving the familiar behind can be a good thing. When you are pushed to step into the unknown, you are pulled forward into discovering new possibilities that have been hidden in plain sight. Check in with your higher power. Your soul knows better than your small self. Have faith in the support of a higher power and the infinite potential for your life. Right now, the advice we have for you is this: try something new. Do something different. You won't know how it feels or what it looks like, or what the outcome will be if you do not take the first step into the unknown and experience the unfamiliarity. You'll be so glad you did, because the treasure will appear. We're so proud of you for being so brave. You are so loved and so supported." And that is such a beautiful message. And it does really resonate with the message that has come through the cards for you today. That, you know, even though everything is uncertain right now and it feels like your world has been turned upside down, as I said, when we collapse, we give way to something bigger than us, this higher power, this inner guidance that is now ready to be released. This feels like a powerful awakening for you. You know, this is like a phoenix rising from the ashes. You're literally going to come out of this period of intense pain and sadness and grief, and you're just going to own it. You're going to be so much bigger and better and brighter than you were before. These are really, really beautiful, beautiful energies. So I really hope that helps, Libra. I'm going to take this over to the extended read now. I'm going to take a deeper look at this connection to this other person, how they're thinking and feeling about you, what's blocking your connection, and what you need to be aware of in terms of how you can move forward with them. But this connection that you've let go of, you need to trust that this was the universe moving it out of the way for you. It no longer served you, and you've known that for a long time. You just weren't ready to let go. So the universe has kind of forced your hand, and you've got to trust that however painful this is right now, it's going to be okay. I really hope that helps. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm sending you lots of love and light. If you do want to join me at the extended, you can find a link to that in the description box below and also in the comments. I'll see you there. If not, please hit the like button. It really does help my channel to grow. I appreciate it so much. And if you want to see more content like this, you can hit the subscribe button, tap the little bell icon, and you will get updates and notifications every time I post. Lots of love. Bye.